Hello and welcome to Rainbow Stars channel, where we are visiting Pinky today. Hi, Pinky. Can you see him? He's right over there, and he's currently sleeping, I think. Now the reason why I decided to film him today was to make sure that he's healthy. You know, make sure that he's moving around. Hi, baby. Hi, Pinky Dink. What you doing? You're being a snake? You're being this slithery little reptile? Yeah. Why don't you say hello to the audience? No? I think, well, he moved. He kind of twitched a little bit. Hi, baby. Focus, please, camera. Alright, there you go. You can see his face now. That's my handsome boy. I don't know why this camera's freaking out on me. I don't know what I did to it to make it so mad. I think it's because of the mesh. I think the mesh is kind of freaking it out. But yeah, so I'm just checking up on him. He's all shiny and cool. I'll probably drag him out later today because today's feeding day. Yay! Will I feed him and film it? Probably. I don't see a reason why not. Because, personally, I kind of like him when he eats. He's cute. He does this little yawn thing afterwards to kind of reset the jaw. It's adorable. Yeah, I might do that. I feed him frozen mice, typically. I do not believe in, yeah, I don't believe in feeding them live mice, at least not corn snakes, because they will take dead feed. Some snakes do not take dead animals for food, so snakes like a ball python and things of the python variety normally, snakes of the python variety. My brain's not working too well today. Don't typically take dead prey. It has to be alive, warm, or wriggling or something. But yeah, I'm glad that he's a corn snake because I swear if it was a ball python, I'd probably be having a little bit of a problem. I don't want to smack a rat or a mouse or anything upside the head and then let a snake eat it. Even if it's my pet, I don't think I could do that. I'd probably have to find a different home if it had to have live feed. So, because I don't handle that well. But yeah, so I'm going to pull him out for you guys. So I'm turning off the light. I'm going to pull him out. And we're going to show you in just a minute. So I'm going to pause it. Okay, so I did just pull him out. You didn't see it because I had to pause the thing so that I know time's running out on this. So I'll have to be quick. Okay, so here he is in all of his splendor. You can see how shiny he is. Okay, this means he is a healthy reptilian. He might be slightly either overweight or underweight. Everybody's telling me he's a good weight, but I don't know because there's that little dip in his back, but then again you can't really see it when he's laying down, so I always worry about his weight. I want to make sure that I'm being the best snake mom ever, but as you can see his form here, he might be a little underweight. Yeah, I'm going to be bumping up his food because he grew not too long ago, and they always have that little awkward phase where each time after they grow, because I don't want to make him obese or anything, but each time he gets a little bit bigger, he goes through that little awkward phase where he looks a bit too thin, and I have to fatten him up again. But that's fine. He eats really well. You can actually see he's flicking his little head around. He's curious. He's like, "Hi, Mom. What are we doing today?" Well, we're filming you today. Beautiful headshots, huh? Yeah, because you're cute. And like I said, notice the scales and how shiny they are. This is how a snake is supposed to be. Very shiny in scales. But yeah, if the scales are dull, then typically that means that you might have a problem with either the air, whatever you're feeding them, it might not be nutritious enough. It could be simple as you know, lighting even, because some people don't know that snakes require a certain UV light to produce, you know, vitamins and stuff and to have healthy skin. The cage I keep clean all the time. He poops, you clean it out. And some people don't even do that. That's called spot cleaning, and I'm very good about it normally. The substrate gets changed once a month. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and feed him an Arctic mouse. That's what I feed him. It's made with certain, you know, certain things that kind of cater to his needs. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and feed him. We have the mouse here, right? And we got this. And I'm going to use that. So, hang on, I'm going to pause. All right, so I got it out of the package. And what I did was I laid down the towel here. And this is where he's going to be eating. Now, why here? And I wiggle the mouse around to get his attention. Let him have it, and there you go. Simple and easy. Now, what I'm also going to do is, since the towel's not always 100%, and this is substrate, you do not want the substrate to get in his mouth. It can cause a blockage in its internal system. So what I tend to do is I wait for him to have it in his mouth, and then I will snatch whatever I have to, you know, get the tail once he has the head. And then I help him ease it into his mouth so that he can eat it easily without having to struggle with it too much. You're supposed to feed them once every week, typically. I tend to enjoy doing that for him. He's a little confused. Normally I don't talk after I give him his food. Normally I just leave him to it. So he's kind of like, why are you watching me? You normally go away. But I'm not going anywhere, so. I probably won't catch the major... Are you biting yourself? Pinky! Pinky. Stop. Okay, you can see he's a little confused. Apparently he bit himself. I'm going to have to wash that later. Because their fangs are sharp enough, he can puncture his own skin. So I'm going to have to watch out for that. Pinky! Now here's the tricky part. He knows that that is food. Welcome back. So yeah, he knew that was food. He wanted it. He just didn't know quite how to get it. Unfortunately, poor baby. He bit himself another time off camera. I had to wait for the last video to upload onto YouTube, which took forever. So yeah, there is that. And he's fed now. He has his nighttime lamp on. It's important to have daytime and nighttime lamps so that they can have natural cycles of morning and day, just like we do. It's very important for them to have that. Otherwise, they won't be so healthy. I change the water typically once every 3 days. Sometimes I wait a week, but I never wait past a week. Always weekly cleanups and sanitization to ensure his health is kept maintained. I had him for 8 years, but I'm still learning. that shows you something. Okay, pause. So yes, this will be segmented because I accidentally pressed a button. So here's the Arctic mice that I feed him. They are frozen, large mice. Arctic mice rodents are raised in a sanitary environment and formula fed to provide superior nutrition for a variety of snakes, amphibians, and carnivorous lizards. So that's what I feed him. And it seems to really do wonders for him, keep him healthy. I am in my kitchen. There's some dishes to do. But we're going to ignore that. Dishes don't exist. What are you talking about? So, yeah, this house was built in the 1990s, I think, or 1980s. I don't know. It's pretty old. It's a pretty old place. So, original carpets, original fixtures, everything else. So, yeah, that's the food that I feed him. I give him one every week, or try to. If I go 2 weeks, then I feed him 2 mice. It all just depends on his system. If he poops, you feed. That's how I do it anyway. Keeps him at a healthy weight and doesn't, I don't try to overfeed him because that's just not what I do. He doesn't really hibernate. I don't let him. Well, it's not that I don't let him, it's just that he chooses not to, because I don't let the temperature dip past a certain degree in here. I keep him normally nice and quiet. If I pull him out, I only pull him out for like a minute or two at a time, so I don't overstress. Overstressing and, lizards or snakes, it can build up a sort of, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like some kind of stress hormone in their bodies that could kill them if they get too overly stressed out. So I try not to do that. Life expectancy is 25 years. I plan on keeping him for 25 years. So he's about 8 years old right now. So, I mean, hey, who knows? Might be doing good. I still have to clean their cage tonight. The girls. They're running a little behind schedule because I had to feed him. And then I have to feed them new food. They get new food twice daily. Wash their bowls twice a day, So yeah, so that's that. That's the introduction to Pinky. His story's pretty simple. He was rescued from a drug house and by a friend of a friend who took him in. She rescues dogs for a living, so she couldn't keep him. He was just a baby at the time, teeny tiny. He was only on Pinkies. That's why I named him Pinky. At that, he was pink. It was weird. Welcome back. Sorry for the intermission, but yeah, he was pink all over the place. His entire little body was pink. It was the cutest little thing ever. So, to elaborate more on the story, because it is a really good story, apparently the previous owners had him after he had hatched. They weren't feeding him. They were essentially starving him and weren't giving him enough food, or any for that matter, and that's why the lady took him. But then she couldn't afford to get him a bigger cage, and she was like, what am I going to do? And previously I had watched my friend, my best friend, her reptilians. I had babysat them before, off and on, took real good care of them, even though I was scared of lizards for a while. I kind of overcame that because, you got to do what you got to do for living creatures. They can't take care of themselves, can they? I mean, if they're pets, it's your job. So, she didn't pay me or anything. I just offered the home to her so that he could have some warmth overnight. And, I had been mentioning that I wanted a snake after a while. And Danny's like, hey, I know just the snake. And it just kind of happened that way. Yeah, her name's Danny. Shout out to her. She does not have a channel, but she knows who she is. And she's an amazing person. So she helped me get a handle on him and saved him from being released into the wild, where a hawk would have picked him up because he is not the right color to blend into anything. At least I don't think he is, but he is slightly albino. He does have an albino gene. It seems like he has iridescent scales, which are scales that are rainbow colored on his belly. He's an interesting little snake. Obviously he was bred. I just don't know with what, or what kind of combination. If you know, please do tell, because I have no idea. So, yeah, that's the story on him. And I'm going to have to let you guys go now, because my phone's going to kill me. And, yeah, I already fed the babies. I'm going to have to clean their cage soon. It's already 11 o'clock, and I'm not really that tired. But my head is killing me. It's been killing me for a few days, so I think it's because I'm not drinking enough water. Gotta push the fluids, always. I found out what was going on with my gut, but I'll elaborate that in a different video. So, yay. Yeah, ignore the mess. I've been having a rough week, obviously. This is the real side of people. When they don't feel good, this is the side of them that they don't want people to see, but I think it's not a big deal. You don't feel good, your room's gonna be a wreck, okay? As long as you're taking care of your pets, don't matter. So, yeah, that's that. Any minute now it will cut me off, so I'll do the outro now. Remember, when you view this, peace, love, unity, and respect. Treat people how you want to be treated, and be sure to take care of your little critters if you have any. Know what you're doing. Do a lot of research, as I have done. Know all the illnesses that can arise, what they do, everything. So micromanage your pets. If you don't know something, Google it. And if you don't know if Google's accurate, book it. Go find a book someplace. The information for you to nab up. So, yeah, nab up that information. Okay. Rainbow Star over and out. Peace. Goodbye.